Hello and welcome back to Regiments, and today we are going to continue Operation Black Horse Mad Dash. In the last episode we defended ourselves against the last Soviet attack waves, and now it is our turn to push the enemy back. But before we start this phase we have 96 points of operational authority to invest. And I am going to invest them into some further tactical support, and we will have to invest some points into our scouts to bring them back up to strength. The remaining points I'm going to put into our Humvees so that we have also this infantry unit back up to strength. And when we take a look into our operations log, we also have some further intel from our headquarters. The enemy reserves are mostly depleted. Proceed to secure the road to the next objective. And we will do that. And to make sure that we have the best chance of a breakthrough, I'm going to pick divisional artillery. This should hopefully allow us to flush most of enemy positions out. And before we now start the battle, let's have a quick look over the field. We are still holding all of our main objectives, and we were able to take this point from the enemy line. We can see that some more reinforcements are coming up from down there, and we have supplies that are gathering over in this section. We also have some more scouts in this section that are going to move forward. Over here at Eiterfield East we have two groups of infantry that are preparing to push. And when we take a look at the center of Funefeld, we can see that we have an experienced tank unit in the area that I unfortunately cannot withdraw at the moment. Let's hope we can keep this tank unit alive, because the fight is going to start now. Our tanks are ordered into reverse, so let's hope we can keep them alive. We're doing good number against those scouts. We have more enemies over there. Let's order our mortars to suppress the enemy, and let's get our scouts forward. And over here, I hope that our airborne units are getting prepared. These infantry's are going to move forward. We have more enemies over there. Our tanks are making it out. Wonderful. And these boys, I want to move up on the center. These scouts I want to move up over here. Supplies are going to move up into this section. And we should put our artillery barrage to good use. Now, how's the situation down here looking? We can get our infantry forward. Hope that they're not going to get massacred over there. And I want to divert these scouts over here so that we can have a look over on this section. The enemy is trying to smoke us up, so let's make sure our tanks get forward. Our anti-air system, I think, should get forward. I want our helicopters to move up slightly. Scouts have so far not encountered the enemy. Let's get these scouts forward. And we are now in the prospect of spotting more enemies. Our tanks are starting to shoot. And what was that? I want to get these infantries forward into Eiterfeld East. We have to make some ground. So let's make sure we utilize whatever we have at our disposal. Our infantry and our Bradleys are under attack. They are dismounted. Can our... Yes, our airborne infantry apparently is also able to engage. Yes, they are able to engage, but not at the most effective rate. We are winning this engagement. I am going to smoke up these units so that they are not able to flank our infantry.
Zone captured.
And as soon as these guys have to disengage, we are going to get the airborne units around. Tanks can move up in Hunefeld. And over here we can continue our push on the side. Mortars have to push up. And these scouts can also push up.
Zone captured.
This might be an anti-air system. Yes, we are hitting it. Very good. Let's get our soldiers to push up. Over here we need to push on these units. And I assume we are going to make some good ground here. Let's get our helicopters up just slightly. These infantry can dismount. Tanks can move forward on these positions. And we have to take a look at our infantry that desperately needs to get out. I underestimated the enemy positions in the area. These scouts need to get out. And our quite fragile airborne units also need to get out. We have cluster ammunition, so let's use it now. We can later use it again. Over here, enemy forces are getting forced back. These were some good hits. Our airborne units suffered, unfortunately, a couple setbacks. Let's get them out. Soon we have enough points to get fresh units in. And we need to get these tanks forward so that we can assist. Infantry in this section is getting slowly depleted. Let's get our mortars up, our anti-air system forward, our supplies forward. Yeah, we have infantry over there. Our own infantry is engaging. Let's hope our tanks can help so that we can avoid casualties. Do we have anything else in the area that we can send forward? No, it does not appear like that. Can we get these scouts forward to spot more of the enemy? Yes, we have spotted something. And we have spotted more enemies over in this section. Let's get our tanks up. And we are getting hit over here. Can we engage the enemy on this range? Well, not with these boys. They need to get out. And we have enemy aircraft coming in. Our own anti-air system needs to get forward. And it looks like we were able to stop them before they can drop their payload. Now, let's get our infantry up again, but this time I want to try to keep them closer to our own forces, so that we can help each other out. We are making progress over here. Yeah, these boys are almost done. Let's get forward on this section through the forest. Our tanks that we have over here should be able to engage as soon as we spot the enemy. We have artillery barrages ready. Let's use some of them over here at the rail station. And we are able to engage the enemy once more. I want these infantry to fall back slightly. To avoid unnecessary losses, we should be able to deal with those infantry still. And for the moment, I want our helicopters to get out so that we can free up some more points for the remaining forces that we still have. Let's get our tanks forward over here so that we can flush out the enemy that is in this section. And I also want our remaining parts to get forward so that we can at least repair some sections of our front line.
Reporting hostiles hit. Strike successful. Ready.
We cannot at the moment see enemies over there. Now we can see them. All stations are opening fire. These also might just be infantry. They are hitting our tanks pretty bad. So let's try to get them out. These tanks are pushing forward. These tanks should be repaired within a minute. And we can push up over here. We can still spot enemies over there. I want these units to get out. They're pretty damaged already. We do not have a lot of time left, but we are still making good progress. Let's make sure we have not left a unit of ours behind. No, we have not, and we can send for our combat engineers. They might also be useful, and I want to know what they bring to the field.
What's next?
Ideally, I want to take the mines west and then take these positions so that we can get Eiterfeld and maximize our options. Let's get our airborne units out.
Got it. Pushing out.
Scouts forward. Tanks should be able to give
Zone
supporting
captured.
fire.
Listening.
Over here we are going to push forward onto the rail station. We know that the enemy has some units still in the area. We are engaging. These boys need to dismount. These airborne units, I am going to order them backwards because they are not very armored.
Ready.
Wonderful. Infantry's have been forced back. Tanks are pushing forward. I'm going to send them straight for the mines so that we are hopefully able to flank the enemy. Our scouts are hopefully able to engage from the hillside. And these tanks are going to get some fresh ammunition, while these tanks are going to get the railroad station. Splendid. It looks like we are working our way through the enemy lines now. I am once more going to pull our airborne unit out. They have lost 2 more vehicles, and we have to make sure that they are not getting completely annihilated. We also have to be careful that our scouts do not take too many losses. Let's get our tanks forward. We are making progress over here. These tanks have been repaired. Let's get all of our boys forward, including our supplies. And prepare for the push of the mines east and to the next station. Aircraft are coming in. Unfortunately, we do not have anything in the area that we can use. Let's make sure our boys keep it moving so that we can avoid unnecessary casualties. Wonderful. Now, let's get our tanks over here. Let's also get our infantry looted up and over here. These guys are going to take the field,
Zone
and
captured.
hopefully we are not going to have to deal with enemy counterattacks. And the rail station is now ours as well. We cannot send scouts forward without exposing them. We have more infantry coming up.
Orders. Roger. Out.
And so far things are looking good. We have more entrenched infantry, experienced units, but no match for the Abrams. We have another artillery barrage. Let's drop that over there.
Firing coordinates with the strike. Listening.
And let's also scout ahead with our scouts over here. These tanks need to get rearmed. These sections are about to be captured. And if everything goes to plan, we are just rolling through our enemies. Oh yeah, these
Zone
are
captured.
infantrysts. And let's make sure our scouts keep on moving so that the enemy has no option to lock onto them. And our infantry in their Bradleys are going to clear that area off.
Will go.
We have more infantry over there. We have apparently mortars or some other artillery piece over there. No, it is also just infantry.
What's next? Deployed and set. Fire mission complete. Reporting hits.
Let's get these mortars forward so that we can hit the infantry. And with that, the entire field is almost under our control. We have some retreating infantry that is getting picked off on the street. Well, we are almost ready to proceed to the next stage. And over here, the enemy forces are now also forced to run back to safety. Wonderful. Now let's get everyone grouped up. Make sure that the enemy cannot hit us with some quick aircraft. or not. The enemy is sending forces our way. We might lose
Zone
some parts
captured.
here. Let's get our tanks backwards. We have to hold this ground, and I want to maximize on the available points that we could get.
Total domination achieved.
And turns out we do not have to actually worry about the enemy counterattack, as we now control the entire battlefield. We have also captured our entry point for the next section, meaning that as soon as I click proceed, we are going to be brought to the after action report. During the fighting of this phase, we have suffered 33 men dead and 77 men wounded, as well as 6 men missing, meaning that we have total casualties of 116. We have also lost 12 vehicles. On the enemy side, they had 129 men killed, 368 men wounded and 17 men missing, meaning that they have total casualties of 514. They have also lost 52 vehicles. Once again, we were able to engage a large amount of units and we took many of their platoons out, but we have also lost an infantry platoon with our Bradley fighting vehicles. We have also lost a large amount of the Humvees with our airborne unit, and I expect that these units are going to need some help to recover. And as you can see, my assumption was correct. Our airborne unit has been almost completely chewed up, but we now have also over 362 points of operational authority to prepare for the next stage of the operation, meaning that we should be able to get those guys back up to health quickly. And with this, we are going to end today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed it and I thank you all for watching. And until we meet again, I wish you all a great time.